Good morning, everyone. Begin with the chant. If you know the chant, just chant along. Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotir Gamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya Avir Avir Maeti Rudrayate Dakshinam Mukham Tenamam Pahi Nityam Tenamam Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. O Lord, light us through and through, and ever protect us with thy loving presence. Om, peace, peace, peace to all beings everywhere. Well, welcome everyone. I think there may be one or two people visiting from a university, just to see what this is about. Well, welcome to the Vedanta Monastery. This is about, it's a place called the Vedanta Monastery. And here, the idea is that there's one ultimate truth. And as you look around the room, you'll see various different religions. All these various religions are just different paths leading to that same ultimate truth. And the goal of life, we feel, for everyone is to experience that truth. So welcome everybody here. Today, we have our revered Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj. He'll be speaking today about emptiness and ultimate reality, sort of philosophies from Buddha and Shankara. Swami Sarvadevananda is the head of Vedanta Society in California and is visiting with us today. So we're honored to have him.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavishishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, all that is invisible, is verily the infinite reality called Brahman. All that is visible is also the infinite reality called Brahman. The whole universe has come out of that infinite reality, Brahman. Brahman is infinite. Although the whole universe has come out of it, Brahman remains the whole. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Welcome everyone. And today our topic is, as you heard, emptiness and the ultimate reality. Particularly this month, it has happened that the lunar calendar says that tomorrow, 12th, is Shankara's birthday. The birthday of Shankar, it's called Shankar Panchami. Akshay Tritiya was yesterday, today is 4th, tomorrow is the 5th. And also, it is in that way Shankara's birthday, and also tomorrow is Mother's Day. So thanks to all the mothers in advance. And Shankara was mother. It looks very unusual to say. Shankara, very critical analyst and strong Vedanta personality, which denounces the whole world, existence of it, accepting the ultimate reality. We are calling him the mother. And Buddha is a mother. Buddha's heart, love, incomparable personality who wants to give his life for the good of others. And they're born, Shankara and Buddha, according to Hindu ideology, they are both the incarnations of God. That is mother's action. God descends to ameliorate the suffering of his children. So it is the mother's affection, God the infinite, absolute, and to come into this world of nice world, no, in which we live every day. Look at that, what is going on in war, fight, cleaning, this, that. And they come back and take a human body and suffer like us, only to show the path to freedom and realization, and to understand what is our essential nature, who are we, what are we, why this suffering, how can we get out of this suffering, to give these directions. They live their life and they're like a mother. So it has so much connection with Mother's Day. Now, this is a big question, it's a big debate all the time. What is the ultimate reality? Ultimate reality is there anything as ultimate in this world of changes? When you look at the world, there is nothing but change and transformation. Anything is born, has the 6 stages of changes, and it ends in death. And when you see that everything born is gone to death, then comes the question, what is the ultimate reality? Is there anything as such? Or it comes from nothing and it ends in nothing. If you look at human beings, at the creation, anything in this created universe is undergoing these 6 changes: birth, growth, then going to little youthfulness, and then coming down, degradation to decay and death ultimately. And then we don't find that entity anymore. A person is born here, we see, is born, he was not here, he is born as we are, and we grow and go to this end, and we see one day this man is dead, gone. Where did he go? It came from zero, as it were, vanished. It is not a non-existent, and came into being and then ended. That's a big question. What is life then? Where do we come from? Where do we go? That's why the beautiful song sung by Swami Vivekananda before Sri Ramakrishna, when he first met. জুড়াইতে চাই কোথায় জুড়াই, কোথা হতে আসি কোথা ভেসে যাই. So who am I? I want to get soothed in our heart and console. And where am I floating away? I do not know. Coming from where? Ending where? And is life suffering and pleasure and pain is taking me in this life? Is there no end of this journey of this cycle of birth and death? Life is camouflaged joy. You see, everything is so beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But you get into it, you say, my God, it's all changing. Today you told me like that, today you say like that. You have changed so much. Yesterday you was very pleased, kind to me, and today you are angry with me. So that's change, mood changes, everything changes, person changes. So if in this Kuthai Judai, where shall I go to soothe my aching heart? That was the call of Swami Vivekananda. That's the call of all of us. We human beings are born. With few days we can run after this glorious thing of the world and glamorous thing. It is pleasing. It is instant gratification. It gives good food to tongue, good view to see in the eyes. All this contact gives instantly pleasurable feeling. But when something happens, then we pause and say, hey, what? What is going on? Why? Why me? Why it is happening? Why death? Why suffering? Why disease? So Buddha naturally faced this reality. This is a reality also. We may say the ultimate reality. Yes, that is the reality. Life has suffering. That's the reality. There is dukkha. Sarvam dukkham. Very negative. Sarvam dukkham. No. We have glorious things in life. We have pleasurable things in life. Why are you saying everything is dukkha? No, everything has its origin in suffering. In between little touch of joy, it will appear, and then it vanishes, and again suffering. So it is all series of suffering. So in the eyes of Buddha and the men of illumination or men of understanding, they probe into the matter of life and find that everything is a changeable reality and there is nothing permanent as it were. So the question came, what is the ultimate reality? And Buddha said, Buddha didn't say, but Buddhistic philosophy, particularly Mahayana Buddhism, they declared that is sunnata. Everything is void. All things are empty. And that's the question, empty in which sense? All things are empty of intrinsic existence, absolute existence. There is nothing as such, it is all the time there. It will remain the same. It was there, it will be there, it is same. No, there is no such thing as such. And neither existence, neither is swabhava or nature. So this is the, why not come quickly and sit? So much seated. There are so much chairs there. So that is the point. It is called void. Shunya, because there is existence, but not empty. It is empty because of intrinsic existence is not there. It is not existence all the time. As we see that nothing in this world is permanent, nothing exists eternally, which appears today in one way, it is tomorrow, not tomorrow, every split second that is changing. The sun, moon, stars, galaxies, our existence, men, women, earth, planetary earth, all other animals, is everything is in change, so there is no intrinsic existence at all. So the teachings, the primordial, it talks about the primordial teachings of primordial emptiness, and it's called, it has been in Georgian Buddhism, Central Buddhism and Chen, these traditions, they promote this idea that it is all Sunna, ultimately this world is. If now, this question is, if it is ultimate Sunna or it is Purna, here comes the question. Vedanta comes to say, it is Purna. What you are saying, Sunna, everything goes into void. Is that void means void of what? Sunna means it goes to zero. Non-existence. Non-existence of what? Everything is changing, means thing is no thing. Nothing, no? Ultimate reality, there is no thing. Everything which you think, the name and form, the objective universe as I see, as we all see, this is no such thing. This, can you find any objective in the objective world, that thing is existing all the time the same? Therefore, nothing. But the nothing is explained in two ways. Vedanta says, yes, no thing exists, but what exists you cannot ignore. Anubhuyante yena tam ko nivarayat. There is a verse in the Panchadoshi, it's a Vedantic book. He says, you can negate everything, but how can you deny the experiencer who experiences the thing? Objectively, it's not, it is changing. But in me also, body is changing, mind is changing. But there is something which is saying, observing the Anubhuti, who is the cause, reason for our all experiences, sense experience. Our senses are helping us to experience the world. Because of the Buddhism and Hinduism, both will say it is Sangyoga, the union. Union of what? Sense organs and the sense objects. When they get connected, that will not do. Your mind should be connected. The eyes may be fall on the object. Mind is thinking something else. You don't see. Eardrum, sound may hit the eardrum, someone telling me something, but mind is engaged somewhere else. I don't understand. So mind also should be the connecting link. So Indriya and Indriya Vishaya, the subject of the senses and the sub-objects, when they get connected with the mind, then on Sangvedan, we become aware. It is called, Buddhism also says, Sangvedan. Conscious, we become conscious of that reality. And that consciousness is where is the root of that consciousness? That is the apparent experience that we have our day-to-day life. We live in this way. And therefore, mind says it is good, I'm happy. Mind says it is bad, I'm unhappy. But mind does not say. Who says? Behind the mind something is there. But Vedanta says that yes, there is someone, and that is the ultimate reality, and that is the existence all the time. Whether you are sleeping, whether you are awake, whether you are not working, all the time that consciousness never sleeps. That is the absolute consciousness. It is there. That is called Brahman. That is Satchidananda. That is the absolute reality, cannot be denied any time. You can deny the objective universe. As I was hearing that nowadays 4D or what is you're talking about?
4D.
4D.
Yeah. So
Some
glasses.
well, like
Yeah, virtual reality glasses.
Virtual reality glasses. When you use the virtual reality glasses, you are sitting just like this. But you see you are in the middle of an entirely different world. And that is so real, this world is denied. Understanding that, but who is experiencing that 3D experience or 4D experience, whatever, virtual reality experience, who is doing that? Can you deny that? You can deny the objective universe. Okay, this objective universe is not there. You can go to another world, putting some apparent, some virtual things created, and that can give us a practical reality so deep and profound that you cannot deny. You cry, you weep, you be in the presence as you try, you can touch, you can feel. No? Here also I am touching, I am feeling. But this is like that. But you can deny, oh, this is wrong then. It is in particular time, particular point of our understanding it is happening. But you cannot deny who experience. Someone is experiencing a virtual reality experience. Someone is experiencing this reality. In ancient time, this virtual reality was not available. These glasses and things, modern science has developed. But they had the very common experience of all of us. Everyone, no one can deny that you have the experience of the waking state. This is real, yes, so real. We are hungry. We have to eat. In dream also, you are hungry, you eat. So, but these experiences maybe we say it is unreal because it is happening now. When I go to sleep and I dream, I wake again hungry. I have eaten full belly, full good feast, a good restaurant, and have a good meal. But I went, and in a dream, I lived extremely hungry. I need some food in the hungry body. Yes, this is, I understand, this is no, this is also not true, that is also not true. But who is experiencing, how can you deny? So there is the difference between Buddhism and Shankara in expression. But both, if you look at that, Buddha also says that know the truth, attain bodhisattva, attain bodha, be awakened in your bodha, in your consciousness. Is consciousness, that is the question, is consciousness zero or is consciousness a reality? Only expression, Shankara says, it is all illusion, it is all name and form, but experience is consciousness, that remains. But we cannot express it in words. That's why Vedanta says that beyond speech, beyond thought, beyond expression, mano buddhi ahankara chittani naham, nacha shrotra jivhe, nacha ghrana netre, nacha bhoma bhumir, chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. So she's saying ultimate truth is chidananda rupa. Absolute consciousness, absolute existence, and absolute bliss. That is the end. But we cannot say that. We say, not this, not this, not this, not this. Buddhism also says, not this. Don't get attached to anything. Krishna, your desire is driving you. Get out of the desire. Okay? Then for what end? For becoming void? You give up your whole life and all enjoyment and fun and be celibate, be do this and that, and to end for Shuddha. But that is the point. It is very critical to understand what they mean by void. To whom we can go? We can go to Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna said, because he has experienced all these different levels and things, he said, Buddha, why people say that Buddha will be atheist? He could not express what he has experienced. And Buddha didn't want to talk about these confusing things, God. Because look at this world today, even today, or every time, how God is creating all trouble. Bombing, killing, smashing, and destruction. God. That's why Buddha understood the problem. He didn't enter into the discussion of what is God. He didn't define God. He said, is there God? Well, did I say that? Is there no God? Well, did I say that? Then what are you talking about? There comes the confusion. There comes the questions. So that means God is undefinable. You cannot define. When you define, you limit it, and your conception is limited. So, if we think from this background, we have to know a little background, why this distinction and difference, and all the time, intellectual debate is going on about emptiness or fullness. Existence, ultimate reality is real, or it is just a fictitious thing given a name. So we go to the background. It is a Buddha, and Buddha is called, Swami Vivekananda said, Buddha is a rebellion child of Hinduism. Actually, he was born Hindu. He practiced everything Hindu practices. But when he came, in the historic background, if we go look at that, the Vedas have two segments. One is Karma Kanda, another is Jnana Kanda. Karma Kanda deals with the rituals and forms of worship, offering oblation, offering sacrificial in the sacrificial fire. And what you sacrifice? You sacrifice animals. We have to sacrifice our ego. We cannot do that, but we can kill the animal in the name of God. And then sacrificial fire. It's continued, and it became only the miserable animals. They are the victims of all these processes. So Buddha's heart went into that. And Buddha saw the suffering of human being also. Because of what? What reason? Because they are of their, what is the key point of our suffering? Not the external world can create suffering. It is our desire which creates suffering. So he found out that simple formula, which is the Vedic experiences also. But he started that his own spiritual point was to see how this brutality can be stopped in the name of spiritualizing the life. Yes, there is a position of sacrifice. That's a different thing. But it should not be the focus of life, but to reach that point where there is dukkha. That's why he digressed the whole attention from all these things to come to the point of life. Are you happy or not? Have you any suffering? Just come to me then. Then we see the suffering, but we don't see. But Buddha, being born as a prince, he saw the suffering of life. How? As you know, he saw an old man. Then he went deeply impacted by that view, by seeing, oh, one man, one person so strong will be old one day. I will be also old. And my wife will be old. My baby child will be one day old. Huh? Then he saw death, disease. These are the realities of life. Don't say God is reality. It's a twist in Buddha's idea. Come to the practical point. Where is your problem? God is there or not? What is your business? God is sitting in the heaven or not, in the earth or in the patal or wherever. What is your business? Your problem is what? You have suffering. You are born. You have disease. You have old age. You have death. Solve this problem first. So that is the directed total attention into the practical point. So then what? Yes, accept it. That's why I call Four Noble Truths. Huh? There is dukkha, there is suffering. There is a way you can get out of this suffering. And there are specific steps to follow. How to move on into the life to get out of suffering. And there is exactly some direction in that. That's why, according to Buddha, there will be the Four Noble Path. That is, okay, forget about God and other things. Your house is in fire. Take some bucket of water and throw to stop that fire. Don't think like logicians do. Oh, why the fire is in this northeast corner? It should burn on the south side. The wind was blowing in this degree, and that much speed was the wind. So flame should go here. You will do like all that time, lifelong, and by the house will be lost in burnt. So he brought practical Vedanta. Don't have to think about God or anything. Just solve your problem here and now. You are in suffering, dukkha. So get out of the dukkha. So he instructed, as you all know, the eightfold path. Eightfold path of right understanding. Understand this life. Understand the problem of life. Right understanding. Don't be fool to move in some dark area and keep some concepts which is not your problem now. So right understanding, right thinking. Think rightly. In life, you have to understand and act in your mental level. Think properly. Always confused thinking. This world, changing world, moving world, which is full of suffering, you are camouflaging it with some sweet words. And this world is so beautiful. So, yes, there is beautiful to a mind whose mind is cheerful. This world is beautiful to whom? When you are cheerful. When you are depressed, the world, the sun is not sun shining. It is gloomy sun. The moonlit night is a gloomy moonlight. It is a painful night. No? Though everything is shining with glory and brightness, mind is depressed. You are gone. So there is this whole world changes according to your mind. So therefore, think rightly, speak rightly, right speech. Then you do right action. Take proper action. What to do? That's why build up a character, build up positive thinking, build up such a way, you work such a way that you help others. broaden your heart, give up your personal selfishness, right livelihood, take some livelihood which is congenial for your spiritual growth or your unfolding of your heart. That's why Swami Vivekananda emphasized Buddha because of his big heart. And he wanted to give his life sacrifice for even a duck or a flying bird or whatever. So that was the feeling coming from there, right livelihood, right type of effort we have to do, self-discipline to attain a full control of the mind, right mindfulness and right concentration. So eightfold path, Buddha guided us. And he said, then you see, you develop, you need not have to philosophize. Rather live this way, you drive the car properly. Don't sit in your car and say, oh, I will go to this destination and I'll plan. This is good. I'll take a right turn here and I'll go there and eat. And on the way, it is a long distance, having a tea and coffee in between the way and have some good restaurant and sitting in the car, not really moving in the destination. So Buddha said, these are the way. Otherwise, if you have no meaning and purpose in this way, then your life is becoming meaningless. And it is really, at the end of the life, people cry and weep and die. We become, as Holy Mother used to say, 1.5 pound of ashes. It came from zero, goes to the 1.5 pound of ashes, and that also goes to the earth. We cannot take anything with us. So that is the end and beginning and end of life. So therefore, Buddha said that you get enlightened. But we have to come back. As I said, that experience is always a positive thing. Experience cannot be negative. Experiencer of the experience. Experience, you are the object, experiencing something which is objectively, that may be real or unreal. But the experiencer who is there, you cannot deny that. There is a story that in those days, Buddhism versus then gradually Buddhism rose into highest flight, and Buddha moved east and west and whole India and changed this sacrificial fire type of spirituality to this right living, right thinking. Why are you killing the animals? Kill your ego. Why are you doing all these things? Be mindful what you do. Be careful. Be concentrate your mind on your action. All this practical suggestion. That's why Buddhism is so popular in the West also, and in Eastern countries also. But this action. But what happened? Then in proper time, this solution which Buddha gave, he got enlightenment. He took a resolution. We have to learn from Buddha that we have to take a resolution in life. That there is suffering in my life, I will have to conquer this. That's why, what an ideal, his ancient traditional ideal of Upanishadic idea of renunciation, detachment. He showed the example. Prince, the total kingdom, he is the emperor of the country of whole of India, you can think of those days. And he just thought in one day to find a solution, detached from that. And wife, child, gave up and went into the deep forest and went to the different Hindu teachers to solve, as Swami Vivekananda went to many, many leaders, of spiritual leaders of that time, yogic teachers and this and that, and asked, what is the solution? What is the solution? What is the solution? And they say something, but it didn't satisfy the need of what Buddha was searching for. And then he said, I will have to find my own way out. Then he sat and he took this resolution. We are all spiritual people here. We are also to take this bit of this resolution. Buddha said, Iha ashane shushatu me shariram tak asti charmang pralayam chujatu aprappabodhing bhukalpa durlabham nayamata kayamatas chalishyate. I am taking a resolution. I will sit now under the bo tree. Yuho asane shushatu, and I will start thinking, exploring my divine entity. Who am I? The exploration. And for that reason, days and night may pass. This body will be just flesh, bone, be separated. That means not eating, nothing. This resolution I will take, and just until I reach the destination. Aprappo bodhi. Bodhi means that awareness, that consciousness, without receiving or reaching that infinite state of what is called bodhi. That is the point. Bodhi, not God. Aprappa bodhi, which is bahukalpa durlabham, which is very rare to attain in many, many lifetimes. I like to solve that problem. So this sankalpa is very important. We learn from Buddha. Then he dedicated detachment, total detachment. And then he learned too much extreme. That is also our problem. We do spiritual practice 2 years, 3 years. Oh, I am trying for 2 years meditation. I did for 5 years. I am coming to this spiritual ideal for 20 years. Nothing happening. But it is not so. There is the important point is that it is how intense the sadhana and how one-pointed the sadhana. And then what will happen? Mind becomes purified, 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 and he attained to the state of bodha or bodhi, bodhisattva. And when he attained that, what happened? His other 2, 3, 4, 5 people, there are 5 people together who started practicing austere practices. And when Buddha, after practicing, when he said that this is not the path, middle path, not too extreme. I want it now. We are not in that state to attain Brahmajnana now. But we can live our life joyfully. We can be peaceful. We can feel the presence of God in our every action. I am bringing Vedanta. So our gets mixed always. Buddhism, Vedanta for us always get mixed. Buddhists will not like that idea, but we are helpless. So take the middle path. That's the Buddha's instruction. Take the middle path. According to your capacity, you do the practice, but focus should be to know that this is the dukkha. Am I overcoming the dukkha? Am I becoming more man or woman of character, of life's character, to face challenges in life? The odd thing will come and go. I am not affected. My focus is something to know myself. And then when Buddha attained that illumination, what happened? He was full of joy. So much joy, outburst of joy, that he was walking back and forth in that Bodhagaya, that place you go, even till now it is there. It is called the path, Buddha's path. He was mad with joy and walking back and forth and finding whom to talk about that. And then afterwards he moved to Benares, Kashi, and then found the old friends who rejected him because thinking that he has broken his vows of austerity, Buddha. So, but Buddha's face beaming, the description, but they could not deny this Buddha, awakened person. When he came from a distance, they said, oh, that guy is coming who have violated his austere practice, no? He has been fallen yogi as it were. He has taken the payasam, rice pudding from Sujata, one lady of the forest living lady. So she offered something and Buddha's life was saved. But this other left him because Buddha is taking that payasam, no? And now say, hey, that guy is coming. So they are very scared about him. But when they came, seeing his personality, his glow up face and his spirituality, they become the first disciples. First, they got the message of Buddha's experience. But what Buddha's experience? He didn't say anything, but it is bodha, to attain that state of bodha, or bodhisattva state. So this is in sum and substance, this is the... Now what happened? Again, Shankara came. I am to talk a little bit of Shankara today. Shankara came. Shankara, when he was born, he found the condition of India. It is full of Buddhism. And Buddhism, Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dharmang Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, and everyone started chanting that, and everyone became a monk. Everyone became a nun. Hurry. Everyone should be monk, everyone should be nun. Is it necessary? Everyone is necessary to be monk and nun. But Buddha, so every child of the family should be monk. After at least you cannot, at least 5 years monk. But a baby does not understand anything. He is a monk, 7-headed and saying and chanting like that. So what happened? It became a ritualistic chanters. They become ritualistic chanters. Forget that what I said, Buddha's detachment, Buddha's renunciation, Buddha's dedication, concentrated practice to know who am I. All these they forgot. India forgot that. Because of that, everywhere Buddha, 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 Buddha. Not following the path of Buddha in the right direction. And rules and rules and rules. How will walk, sannyasis will look like that. If he looks on the right side, one woman, how he will behave on the left side that way, upright that way. All these rules, and it became a big rule book. From morning till evening, if you go, this is a rule book. And who will look the rule or will focus on your mind to know the what you are? So Shankara came, and as a result of Buddhistic impact, the decadence of Buddhism came. India forgot the Vedic rituals to be performed. Vedic karma kanda stopped. So he revived that ancient wisdom. It is not, Vedas are not wrong. This homo fire is not wrong. But how to approach that? He brought back again into his predecessor also there, who started the awakening of the karma kanda. And Shankara came to do the jnana kanda. Vedas have two parts. One is karma kanda, I said, what you do, what offering you give, what oblation you have to give, what mantra you have to chant. That's the karma kanda. By that, your mind will be pure. You can gain material benefits of the objects you want. And then after getting all these things, this is also temporary. If we go to heaven, heaven is also temporary. Not like Christian heaven, but Indian heaven or Hindu heaven or Buddhist heaven. They know this is also temporary because that is not permanent. You have to get out of that, and then you will be born again and again till total desire is free. So now Shankara then helped revival of this Vedic. But Vedic karma kanda also spread in such a way. Two opponent forces working when Shankara was born. One is the Vedic karma kanda, another is the Buddhistic degradation of the meaning of what is called bodhisattva state to attain. So he had to fight in two directions to revive the Hindu spirituality. One, that Buddhism, what it says, that philosophically he had to argue and present this Vedantic concept. It is not nihilism, it is not atheism, it is fullness. He talked about fullness. And karma kanda is not the goal of life. Jnana, know you are who you are. That is the teaching of Shankara. So Shankara then gave us two ideas to eradicate the negativities of this time of engaging into the sacrificial fire only. Homos, jagnas, it is jagna. Jagna in every home, but meaningless rituals only, and clingingness to the world, and that is not removing the suffering of personality. Then no one is becoming free from all entanglements of life and becoming free soul. So that one attack on that side, another attack to very bad analytical mind of so-called Buddhism. That's why Buddhism, and when Shankara argues with Buddhistic concept, you will find that in the commentary, any verse you take from Brahma Sutra or what you call the Gita, Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, invariably some question will come when karma comes. that Buddhistic idea will come and Shankara will be fighting with that and say, Karma Kanda cannot be the goal of life. Jnana is the end of life. Karma Kanda can give you temporary heaven, temporary joy, or whatever you want to attain. But actually, to be free from all bondage, you are to free from be practicing detachment, thinking who you are, and to find that you are Satchidananda Brahman. It is not void. Because when you say void or Shunya, then people will understand nothing. That's why he has used the word, not this, not this, not this, but I am that, that, that. This is Upanishadic treatment about the truth. I am not this, but I am that. And that ultimate truth cannot be expressed in language. So his philosophy is that this world is also Shunya. Not his language, I am using the word Shunya, but he says this world is apparent. Vivartavada is the philosophy of Shankara. The Vivarta philosophy says that philosophy which says that this without changing anything, it appears different. As we said that the virtual glass, without changing anything, you put the virtual glass, you are sitting in your chair, but you live in different experience. Take out that glass, you see different, totally different. So we are now, that glass is, God has put a glass in our here. Through this eye, I see this world. But when spiritual practice and understanding that this temporariness of all these things will understood, and our attachment is the cause of our suffering, we understand. Then we turn towards our real nature. As you know, all the time, Sarvapriyananda Swami's lectures you are hearing, and in any Vedanta lecture, we'll always refer to these two major thought process, analyzing the three states of our existence. What? Waking, sleeping, dream. Three states. Waking, dream, and sleep. Who is the observer of all these things? And I'm not the body. Yes, I see my body. It is changing every time. How can I be that? Unchanging reality. So go on. I'm not mind, not intellect, not ego. I am that consciousness. So these are the two principal ways he said this world appears. But it is not true. Proof. You are the proof. You need not to make any theory or any intellectual debate. It is your own experience, you say. When you go to dream, you see dream as real, not this world. And now this world is so real that dream is dream. You know it is dream. But in the dream state, if anyone asks you, what about your awakened state? Then there is no such thing. I see this dream state. And when you go to deep sleep state, then what happens? When you are in deep sleep state, neither this waking state, neither dream state, real. You live in another world of quietness, peacefulness, no? So, in these three states, what is true then? Neither this is true, because one nullifies the other. Neither dream is true, neither sleep is true. But then who is that? Again, come back to the same question we started at the beginning. The Anubhujante Yena, who experiences these three states. You say, I had a good sleep last night. Did you not? You say, I had a dream last night. Did you not so? Did you not say, I am here now? So who is that guy I? Who is observing these three states of our changes? All the changes, things are going on, but it is not. So this is unreal. That's why Shankara says it is Vivarta. Vivarta means it is Satchidananda. Only you are putting projection as man, woman, stars, galaxies. It is all your projection. Virtual reality. Glass. This is another glass in our mind called ignorance. But ignorance is giving the appearance of this world. But in reality, it is nothing. In reality, you are there. And you are that Satchidananda which permeates everything. There is nothing but that Satchidananda. But I cannot say that. If I say in any way, it will. So it is Vivarta without changing the originality of the thing. the world appears differently. That is called vivarta. There is Parinamavad, that's the dualistic philosophy, that's a different thing. No, God has become this. If God has become this, then it cannot go back to God. Example, if you make milk converted into yogurt, can you bring the yogurt back to milk? Can you? No. Therefore, Parinamavad is not logical. God has become this world, does not make sense. Because if he has become, he cannot go back. That is a limitation. But appearance, that's okay. It appears like that, but nothing has happened. And that's why I say, without changing the originality of Satchidananda nature, everything appearing. That example is very given, a common example. All of you know, we're tired of snake and rope and snake. How many times to snake and rope and snake? Yes, there is no snake, but you see rope. You touch the rope, you are touching the rope. Rope has tangled your feet. You think snake has tangled your feet. And you cry and weep and do everything. But being a flashlight, Jnanam, you see, it is a rope. Without changing the rope nature, it has created a snake idea in my mind. That is called Vivarta. This world is reactionary. It is becoming so much of trouble and tribulation for our life, but nothing has happened. This is Sankara, Vivartavad. So, but both are talking. We in Vedanta, we are for reconciling. We are not fighting. That's the beauty of Vedanta. We come to Vedanta because of that. It is harmonizing everything. Ramakrishna is an embodiment of that harmonizer. No. They are there. This is the experience is the same. One did not emphasize on the expression of that experience as something else, because that will create again confusion. God is like that. God is Saguna. God is Nirguna. God is Saguna, Nirakara. All this conflict. People will not practice spirituality. Let them be moral people, ideal people, and be serious about the life's problem. There is dukkha and I will have to overcome. Take Buddhism and reach that ultimate state of bodhisattva or buddhattva, awakening of the self. Vedanta says, yes, look at the world, analyze it, and find there is only absolute truth, Satchidananda. And that cannot be expressed. If you express, always it is become limited and it becomes defiled. Therefore, you are that. I am seeing this. No, I am not this as a body, I am that. But as a consciousness inside me is the same consciousness which is the cosmic consciousness. I am that. Does not mean my finger, eyes, ear, this man talking, I am that. No, how can it be? I am only limited here. How can it be that which transcends the sun, moon, stars, galaxies? How can it be? It's contradictory. That's why Vedanta says, analyze, analyze, understand. Buddhism says, analyze, 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 and take the help of the mind and make a journey towards infinity and then be silent. That is the point. What is God cannot be said. It is the silence is the name of that experience. And Buddha and Shankara, they give the same message, but people describe it because of their wrong understanding. That's why you go to Ramakrishna, who experienced everything, and he says, Buddha, why Buddha will be atheist? What he experienced, he could not express in words. And Sankara, it is Satchidananda appearing, and we are all that. Essentially we are that Satchidananda, not as a body, not as a mind, not as the intellectual understanding our level, or any of our identity with this apparent reality. We are not that. But I am that. Again, back to the one point, Panchadoshi. Anubhuyante yena tam ko nivarayat. Who experiences all these things, who can deny that? In you, whatever you can deny. The objective world you can deny. But you cannot deny there is a conscious entity who observes everything, who knows everything. Knower. How can you know the knower? How can you know the knower? If you say you know the knower, then there is somebody to know. Then go back, and there will be one point where you cannot go back. That is called the conscious entity. That is called the Satchidananda entity. That's we are. That is the state of Bodhisattva we want to reach, and that's the Vedantic way of talking about. But don't mind my these thoughts will be ridiculed by scholars. But we are for Ramakrishna's way of reconciliation, and actually to focus what we learn out of this, we should know that we have to focus on or doing something or sadhana. Thank you.
We'll have questions. Anybody in the
No?
audience has questions? Please wait for the microphone. Also, if you're watching in the live stream, you can type in your questions. So.
Tomorrow is Mother's Day, or today or whenever.
Tomorrow.
And you are a mother.
Oh.
So you have to give a special blessing.
To give blessings, only Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, Buddha, Shankara, all are there. But we'll pray. We'll pray for her. Thank you.
Yes, based on science, we rotate through 3 states of consciousness: waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. In deep sleep, there are no desires, no attachment, no suffering. It's a kind of temporary enlightenment. Wouldn't you agree? How is Maya involved in deep sleep? I like deep sleep.
But we all,
I want more deep sleep.
we all agree with you. That's a now that very, very beautiful concept, and we have to deal with it a little bit, focus on that. There is no world, no suffering, no problem, tension, no blood pressure, no cholesterol, no cancer, no throbbing of the heart, no food, and not needed. There is no food needed, but it is joy is there. And that's why we are all happy. Where we go back from the gross to the subtle to the causal. And causal identity, only I remains. I had a good sleep. And here is a veil of ignorance. And that behind is that infinite ocean of joy. So as we consciously, unconsciously, every day go to that deep sleep state, we get a touch of the joy behind, infinite bliss. And getting a touch, because it is under the veil, we don't recognize that. That's why you say, I slept well, I do not know. I do not know when it rained. Well, I do not know when you called me. A phone rang, but I was so fast asleep. That means you are so deep into the consciousness that your ego has merged almost close to the. I go here, I can feel the heat here, light here, but I cannot feel the heat. If I go closer and closer and closer, we may feel little heat. And I touch that bulb, then I can feel the greater intensity of the heat is much better. No? But I cannot touch the bulb, what is called the filament inside. That needs sadhana. That's why we made a difference between, that's called the sushupti experience, what we are asking for. We all experience that every day, little bit or less or more. But by meditation we can go there. When I make my mind pure and clear, then my journey towards, I see more light, more heat, ananda. Heat is ananda, joy. It's the manifestation of that light, consciousness. And existence, I know this is exist. Existence does not need anything. We can know everything exists here. The existence we all know, but we do not know the consciousness. So when the mind is clean and move towards detaching from this external consciously, what happens in sleep? I'm talking the same thing. When you sit for meditation, you close your eyes. You don't want to see the world. and not to hear anything, not to get it. And you are taking the mind closer and closer, deeply inside, and you are forgetting about the external world. So you are forgetting the Jagrat state, waking state. Your imagination roaming out, going to Boston, going to San Francisco, and this and that with the friends and business, and this is the mental movement. That is also stopped. You have been successful in moving, concentrating that, and forget that. That means a subtle body experience of the dream state is gone. Now you can move further, further, further. You reach a point, there is no other obstacle. Your mind is concentrated and pure and pure and pure, feeling more joy and more of that peace, and then you just touch there. Then you get the vision experience. It's called Savikalpo. Then you go deeper, 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 and it merges. Your ego merges into that joy. You are samadhi. Then you come back. Then you are a realized person. You see the whole world permeated with consciousness. Only Swami Vivekananda said distinction between two states is that Susupti state and experience state. Susupti state, we go the same guy every day with all the baggage and come back. When you woke up, I'm the same guy as I was yesterday, with anger, frustration, failures, or whatever I am, or good or bad, I remain same, I come back. But once you, by meditation and spiritual practice, when you can go and touch that ground of our reality, then you become a saint. You become a realized soul. You become the embodiment of peace, and you give peace to all. So this is the two distinction.
Swami, you mentioned apparent conflict between Buddhism and Vedanta. A friend of ours became a senior Roshi, Zen monk, and I asked him about this, and he thought it was just a misunderstanding, that there really was no conflict at all. The other thing is you mentioned the Buddhist truths, and the one you didn't mention was we are the cause of our suffering.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's the most difficult to accept.
Right. Exactly so. Yeah.
We have an online question. Ram asks, Pranam Maharaj, can you clarify what is the Buddhist nirvana?
Clarify Buddhist nirvana. Yeah. Nirvana cannot be explained. Nirvana is a state. Bodha is a state. Realization is a state. State, you cannot say state also. State defines something, that in this level to that level you go, your state of consciousness. So this is the nirvana is if we say as a Vedanta student, nirvana is a state of fulfillment. Nirvana is a state of achievement, accomplishment, the highest. And there is no more desire. Oh, I can refer that verse, no, to respond to your question. There is in the text book of what is called Dhammapad, there is a verse. Where is that? It says that, I didn't find that original Dhammapad words. He says that, O Grihokaraka, O who create this body, you will not be able to do anything with me now. I have broken all, shattered all my desires, and I have become totally free. That which binds me, if there is a personality, he's saying, O Grihokaraka, he built this house, O builder of the house, you cannot build another house for me. I have known my real nature. So, nirvana cannot be expressed in words. Nirvana is a state, as I said, silence. And the silence has been said that as shunya, or whatever, shunyata, purnata, whatever. So, this is only language. Nirvana means a state where there is, that person will not have a trishna, thirst for world and worldliness, trishna, tanha, desire, and desire prompted work. There is no desire prompted work, as in a jivan mukta. We can compare with Hinduism as jivan mukta state, a state of living in the world with total freedom. No desire, because you have accomplished the highest. What you more you want? If you got the whole treasure of the world, what else you want? We are imperfect. That's why you want something. Vedanta says we are all divine. Still, why you are running in the world? Because we think that I am incomplete. I will be complete if I get a good meal. I will be complete if I got a good house. I will be complete if I have a Tesla car. If I am happy, I will go to heaven. If I am happy, if I get this. Get. But there is nothing to get. You are that. You are the infinite ocean of consciousness. When that fulfillment comes, whom to work? Who will ask for whom? What achievement? There is no work. All work drops. Their work, Ramakrishna, look at that. Ramakrishna did not work anymore. When he was a young boy, he has to work as a priest. And priest dropped. Priestly activity dropped. When he becomes more intense. And then when he achieved everything and he only preached that. His presence itself gave the life to others, the freedom to others, mukti, by touching. He could touch somebody to give illumination. Look at somebody to give illumination. That is the power comes to them. That is the nirvana state. I think this is my according to my thought.
Swamiji, I wanted to add this. In Buddhism, there is a concept called Tathagata Garbha, and Tathagata Garbha means innate goodness. And I find it very close to our soul. They say that there is this innate goodness in you that you did not have to work for. You didn't acquire it. It was already there in you. And I came across this. I said, wow, this sounds very much like our soul, concept of soul, which is ever blissful and ever good.
That's a good idea. Wonderful idea. Innate, we are all innate, pure.
Yeah, and this is Buddhism.
Yeah.
I think it's probably from
I said, whenever you say, even Dhammapad, when Buddha is leaving his mortal body, why he died? Because he went for begging and somebody gave him we all say Buddhism is vegetarianism. Huh? But Buddha himself, what he did? He died because of eating some pork. And that pork was given as a begging food. He went to beg anywhere, and sannyasi is a monk. You get whatever you get, you eat, finish. And it was stale. And he died because of that. So, this, what are you going to say?
innate goodness, yeah.
That is the... when innate purity is there, only all this struggle, right living, right thinking, right understanding, all these things which he has formulated in that way, is to purify the mind and mind and mind. What will happen? That's why Vedanta says, you need not do anything for God realization. That's a wrong interpretation. I am doing so much meditation for God realization. You are not doing that. God realization is here and now. Only you are doing to remove the misconceptions of your mind, one after another, and peeling off those, and then what you are, you will be shining in your own glory. It is now itself only deeply covered by some ignorance, and as the dark cloud, I give the example, sun and me is covered by a thick cloud. I don't see that there is a gloomy day. But when the darkness of the cloud goes away, light, more light. Is the light being created then? Or it was there, it is there, it will be there. And then when the total cloud goes, you see the sun shining all the time. So Buddha nature, that's why it is also said, in Buddha nature is our nature, it is our nature. But forgetting that, the way we live in the forgetfulness area. And that's why nature is our Buddha nature. Vedanta says, you are that pure by your very nature. So I think that is the same idea. Good. You have added something, good idea. Thank you.